Hi everyone, Dan Chalk here. First of all, welcome to the HSMA Programme, the third round of PennArc's Health Service Modelling Associates Programme. We are delighted to have you all on board for the programme, and again, many congratulations for you all to getting on to the programme. We're really excited to start working with you in just over a couple of weeks' time now. Um, so I just wanted to give you a little message this afternoon, just to talk a little bit about peer support and how support will work for the programme. Now, as you know, we've recruited a huge number of associates for our brand new training programme. This is by far the biggest ever HSMA programme we've ever run. We've actually got 56 of you who are engaging with the programme. That's a mix of new HSMAs, we've got HSMA alumni, we've got police service modelling associates, the PSMAs, some honorary HSMAs, academic members of staff who are interested in the training, and also some other people that are joining as well. So there's a huge number of you, and clearly we need to think very carefully about how we support you, because there are unfortunately far fewer of us than you. And so the idea we've come up with is to set up something called peer support groups, or PSGs. And the idea of the peer support groups is to really hammer home this point that we made before about using peer support networks as much as possible within the programme. So we've set up 5 peer support groups, and each peer support group has an associated Slack channel. So we've got PSG Bakewell Tart, PSG Banoffee Pie, PSG Bread and Butter Pudding, PSG Eaten Mess, and PSG Sticky Toffee Pudding. And each group consists of either 11 or 12 associates, a mix of HSMAs, PSMAs, alumni, and honorary HSMAs. And you've all been allocated now to one of these groups to be part of, and that will now be your peer support group for the programme. And basically the idea is that when you're working on exercises in the training, so most of all of the training sessions run a little differently, but in general terms you'll have some mix of live lecture, or some lecturing content, mixed with some stuff where we set you off either individually or in groups to do something. So when you're actually doing these exercises and you need some help, and there will come a point in which everybody will need to ask for some help, then your first protocol should be to talk with your peer support group on Slack in your PSG's channel. So if I'm part of the Bakewell Tart group, then I would post in the PSG Bakewell Tart channel, and I'd ask if anyone can help me. Now, I suspect in a lot of cases you'll be able to help each other, because there'll be 11 or 12 of you all working on this, and hopefully you can all support each other. So if somebody's got much further, they're able to bring people up to speed. However, there will be cases, I'm sure, where you're all unsure, or you've all got stuck at the same bit. And if that's the case, that's the point at which someone in your group should post a request on the HSMA Support Hub channel requesting a mentor. So let me just demo how this would work. So imagine that I'm in the Bakewell Tart group. So I can put myself in here, and I'm going to say, anybody stuck on this AI exercise? I can't work out which libraries to import. That'll hopefully generate some discussion in the group, and you can try and work this out between you, or somebody may indeed know. But if you then need further help, you need to call in a mentor, then we go to the HSMA Support Hub, and then I will simply say, for example, Bakewell Tart needs a mentor, please. And hopefully somebody, one of the mentors, will come running, well, at least jogging at a brisk pace. So we've set this up primarily, as I say, to try and make sure that we can get round to you, rather than monitoring 56 potential requests at any one time, requests for help. Actually, it makes it a little easier for us if we're looking at essentially up to five requests for help at any one time. But it also goes to the heart of what we're trying to do at HSMA. We're trying to get people to collaborate and share and support each other. And so you should view the peer support as your sort of primary means of supporting each other on the programme. So do get used to actively talking with each other, collaborating, chatting within your peer support group, and of course in the wider channels as well. So use some of the general channels like the HSMA Plaza, for example, or the HSMA Water Cooler if you just want to have a general chit chat about nonsense. It's absolutely fine too. Just get talking more generally, and then within your PSG channels you can chat with your peer support groups. A bit like a tutor group, but without a tutor, if you like, or at least an ad hoc tutor, a tutor that comes in at various points. So the other thing to say is that in a lot of cases in the exercises that you'll be doing, so some exercises you'll do as individual exercises. That doesn't mean don't talk to each other. Indeed you should be talking with each other within your peer support groups. But also there will be some exercises that we've specifically set up to be group exercises. Now, for the group exercises, in some cases it's absolutely fine. You just want to chat on Slack within your group. It's absolutely fine. You may find that for some of the exercises, particularly the longer ones and/or anything where you're sort of building up something bigger, a big design for a model or something like that, you may find it easier to either be on some sort of audio or video call. Now, we were going to do this so that we were going to set you up into different breakout rooms to allow that to happen. That becomes quite messy with 56 of you because we have to keep opening and closing rooms, and although we can pre-allocate people, it starts to get a bit messy with those sort of numbers. So we're leaving this up to you, however you best want to do this, and we know that some of you may prefer to use certain technologies, and that's absolutely fine too. So if you, for example, come across group exercise and you want to call each other via Teams, that's absolutely fine. If you want to start a video call with Zoom, again, that's absolutely fine. However that best works for you and your group. Use Slack as the means to communicate and talk to each other, work out what's best for you, what everybody prefers, and do it that way. But Slack is your sort of central hub for communicating. The other thing to say, each of the sessions, the training sessions, will have some sort of timeline to indicate the timings for that particular session, which we'll be trying to stick to as much as we can. Within the Slack workspace, there's a channel which I'm sure you've seen before called HSMA Tannoy. Tannoy will be used to remind people when they need to come back from an exercise and back into a live lecture or a group discussion or whatever it may be. So do at all times, whatever else you're doing, always keep an eye on Slack, what's happening on there, to make sure that you're aware of when you need to come back, etc. as well. The other thing to say is that when we're doing lectures, we will primarily in the lectures be imparting information to you. Now, maybe you have questions during the lectures, and that's okay. All of the trainers will stop at certain points just to make sure that everybody's following along. If you do have anything more urgent, feel free to pop it in the chat function on Zoom, and we will pick those up as well. But unless it's super urgent, try to refrain from sort of interrupting if you can. But we will make sure that people have an opportunity to either ask the question immediately on the chat, and then we can come back to it when the trainer's ready, or the trainer will also stop at certain points just to make sure that everybody's okay. And please do feel free to talk, speak up at that point. So hopefully that's given you a bit of a better sense about how this is all going to work. If you have any questions, as always, please get hold of me on Slack. I'll be happy to help. Otherwise, we're really looking forward to working with you in a couple of weeks' time when we start the very first training session, an introduction to operational research and data science. We can't wait. I hope you can't either, and we look forward to seeing you then. Goodbye for now.